Our singular, linear perspective only allows us to see and understand a small portion of our existence. After my near-death experience, I had a download that revealed who we truly are. You see, we think we're the image that we portray to the world, but we are not fixed physical beings, but rather imaginary thoughts that exist as a multiplicity of personas, personalities, thoughts, and identities based on the unique perspective of each individual. Consider this: how your mom sees you is different than how your dad sees you. Your siblings, they all see you differently. Your neighbors, each one of your neighbors sees you as a different person, just like your coworkers. There are 8 billion people on this planet, and each one of them will see you differently, which basically means you are 8 billion people in one. We change like a kaleidoscope depending on the observer. I've had people come up to me speaking Spanish because when they saw me, they saw a Latino. Each person that watches this video is going to see me differently. You unknowingly created me based on how you perceive me. In what ways have people perceived you totally different than how you perceive yourself? Not only do we perceive people differently, but they are subject to constant change. When you first got in your relationship with your ex, they were looking so fine, and by the time y'all broke up, they were looking like what? A gremlin. Our minds can craft an entirely new representation of a person. Their physical attributes remain unchanged, but the person we now see looks totally different. This reveals the fluidity of perceptions and how our mind continuously shifts the world around us. Are you following me here? If not, subscribe to the channel. This brings us to the realization that no one is who they appear to be. We are merely a spectrum of illusionary thoughts that solely resides in the minds of others. Look at it this way: how many people are you thinking about from the 1600s? Or how many of your ancestors are you missing from the 1700s? Not a damn person. And why is that? Because you don't have a thought of them. We can miss a parent, a grandparent, a great-grandparent, because they exist where? In our minds. Once you depart from this world, you're going to be remembered differently from your physical attributes to your personality by those who knew you. Once the people that knew you die, you will most likely never be thought of ever again, because you will no longer exist in the only place where you can, and that is in the minds of others, similar to the billions of people that died before us. While this may sound disheartening at first, it's actually something to be embraced, because it frees us from taking life so seriously. Is it really worth your time tripping about something that happened in your past that you can't control, or worrying about something that may happen in the future that you may not even be alive to experience? Also, we shouldn't live our lives enslaved by the perceptions of others, because ultimately, those perceptions will be lost in the sands of time. And not only that, but regardless of how hard we try to portray ourselves, people will always see us the way they choose to see us. It's best for us to focus on the only thing we can, and that is the experience of you. You don't want to wait until you're almost damn near dead to wake up to this realization. The time we waste worrying about how we present ourselves to the world becomes insignificant when we realize that our self-image is nothing more than a temporary thought, a fleeting illusion that was created to die at birth. Now, one thing I have to mention, even though our individual selves will fade into obscurity, the energy we emit will live on. The love and compassion we show for one another creates ripples that transcends time and lasts generations. So be conscious of the energy you release, because if you decide to reincarnate or force to do so, you're going to be jumping back into the pool of energy that you once released. So who are you? A fluid, ever-changing reflection, morphing through the perceptions of those around you. Let's just not get old together. Let's grow together. Bye for now.